All right. So, thought I'd make a video about this. This group is very special to me, especially when they were like in the early years. Um, it's the Orb, and it's funny because like Steely Dan is named after a dildo, and this is named after some kind of weird sex object thing. I don't know, Woody Allen movie, but they're from London, and that it I don't know how to explain it, but this group means a lot. And what happened was, like, I was going through a time when I really couldn't stand the music that was on the radio and the music that my friends wanted me to play, and just all this junk. It was just garbage everywhere. Like, heavy metal was pretty much dead. Rap had gone to this gangster stuff, which was kind of cool, but negative. You don't want to listen to the F word and, you know, B word all the time and the N word and all this stuff constantly. So, I didn't know where to turn. And even though I actually did like country at some points, it's not, doesn't do the job. And so I had found out about two things. I found out about Jamiroquai, which is basically from Manchester. I found out about it from a Scottish person. You got to remember, this is before like you had like the internet, and I found out about the orb from a magazine. It was Rolling Stone, and they were kind of probing what David Gilmour had to think about the orb, and he was irritated that he was not even asked the question. He was like, "I don't care about those guys. They make that stupid techno crap." And I'm like, because I was like a big Pink Floyd fan, but you can only listen to the Pink Floyd songs so many times, right? So, I found out about Orb, and I got their records because of where I worked at the time. I had access to everything pretty much that you could buy on a CD, and uh, they changed my life in a way. Alex Patterson and Thrash, they made my life a lot better, and it was right around that time that I had met my better half, and we made like little fluffy clouds. Like, I don't know, couples have like a song like that they both kind of bond on, and for us it was little fluffy clouds, and yeah, and we got to see them do that song two or three times in our life, and maybe again, who knows? But they are just so they got so interesting. This album is not that intricate. The first one, it's just basically like a drum machine and some keyboards. But later they got better, and with the Thrash guy, there's a whole drama about that with Thrash and Alex and all that, and he has like a I don't know. I don't want to get into the middle of that. But the orb is freaking awesome. Let's see. They're just I don't know what to say about them. They really are very good, and they're still around, and they're still making music. And yeah, they don't have thrash, but they have Thomas Fellman, which kind of filled in the gap, and is a German. So like Orb went from like British to Germany and stuff, and really really good group in a sense, and I have like lots of their records, and I mean like 20 of them. I'm not even joking. Like, yeah, because they made this label called Bad Orb, which wasn't all Orb, but they put out a label, and then when they decided to close it down, um, they had sent me like extra records and tons of stickers and tons of like stuff because they were like, well, we're finishing this, label's over. And Bad Orb was really cool because it had like the pyramid with like the all-seeing eye and stuff like that, and really really neat, um, really neat group. And getting to see them in yeah, it was in California in the mountains. Like it was like those first raves that I had talked about in a previous video, I think. Um, they the problem is you have to, with Orb, you had to wait until like 4 a.m. to see them. I'm not joking, because they always went on at the very end. Like like the whole rave had to be over, and then they do like the show when like I don't know. How do you stay up that late? I did the first time because I was like super young. Um, One time I just saw them in an LA club, and so it was just them pretty much. And then another time, I got pissed because it wasn't their fault, but um, yeah, it was Coachella. I hate Coachella. It's like it's California's version of Ibiza, and it sucks. Bunch of rich kids, and nothing ever cool happens. You got people like having sex in like corners and stuff. It's disgusting, and it really is. I mean, I'm not against people, being like that, but come on, we're in public, and um, that night with Orb, they got screwed, uh, because it was supposed to close at midnight. Period. End of story. Right? Like the whole thing. At Coachella, and so I was furious. And there was this guy. I think he was on like acid or something, and he was wandering around going, "Orb's not dead. Orb's not dead." It was pretty funny. But and there was like plastic bottles all over the ground. It was just humanity at its worst. Not its worst, but I don't know. Who would just like throw bottles and cans on the ground? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would, just find a receptacle and deal with it. If you're drinking water or a beer or something, just you know put it where it belongs. Um, yeah, but with Orb, they are a special group. They do like I don't know how to explain it, but like especially like the first three albums. This one's like I said, like their debut, so it was um kind of like amateurish compared to the next stuff. But when they did like Palm Fritz and Orbis Terravum, and then the next one, I believe it was Orblivion. Um, that was really good, and ever since then they've been good. Like better and better and better. Um, yeah, that's what I can say. But like Orb is the bomb. It it helped me escape the crap world of just all this crappy grunge and people wanting me to play like wannabe metal and just I it made me buy a sampler. It just thank you Orb. That's what I want to say.